Well, it was a stoppage time equaliser from visitors Guys that denied the breaks all 3 points here last week as they let 2 one-goal leads slip and had to settle for a 2-2 draw against the Lions. But a 2-0 win at the FC United of Manchester on Saturday will have pumped confidence back into the side as they head into this second match of the demanding bank holiday weekend fixtures against high flyers AFC Telford United. The Bucks have made a fantastic start to the season and are unbeaten so far, winning 5 of their opening 6 league games and come to this one off the back of a convincing 3-1 victory over Chester on Saturday. Paul Holleran names an 11 that sees one change. Connor Goodger suffering a broken jaw on Saturday in Manchester, so he drops out and James Bowen comes in at left back for him. Callum Gittins and Kieran Dunbar also make starts against their former club. As for the away side, they named 5 changes to Saturday's side. Max Bramley starting in goal. It's Ross White, Ryan Sears, Shane Sutton and Dom Smith at the back. Ellis Deeney, Henry Cowens, Jonathan Royal and Adam Dawson in the midfield, with Andre Brown starting against Daniel Udo up front. Here is English then to throw this one back into play. It's off the back of a Telford player, calls for hands, and it's given! It's a penalty to Leamington. The ball was bobbling in the area at hip height, and Leamington have won a penalty in the first 5 minutes of this game. Well, it was Junior English with the throw. Edwards went up, it bounced off his back. As I said, a few hands went flying up in the air, but nonetheless it will be a penalty to Leamington, and Matt Stenson, the opportunity for him to pick up his 6th goal of the season and move ahead of Undo, his counterpart for Telford. Well, it'll be Matt Stenson against Max Bramley for his 6th goal of the season. Here he comes, Stenson. Plants it into the bottom corner, Matt Stenson, to give Leamington an early 1-0 lead here against the high flyers Telford United. It was a great confident penalty by Matt Stenson, signs of a striker in form, and it's Leamington 1, AFC Telford United 0, and it's a really important early goal for the breaks in this game. Excellent penalty by Matt Stenson, calm, composed, sent Bramley the wrong way into the bottom corner. 1-0 breaks. Clips in towards the back post. There's Sutton there, and it comes out to Gittins! Well, we've seen him score them before, Callum Gittins, and it was a sweet strike once again from the Leamington midfielder. Max Bramley excellently down to his left. Dealey then, little hook in towards Undo on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Here's Undo faced by Jamie Hood. Needs options here, Undo. Finds Cowan now. It's a whip ball into the area. It's a great save by Tony Breeden, as it turns out. I think Andre Brown has injured himself in the process of getting an effort on target. So has James Mace, the Leamington centre-back. It will be Joe Clark then to hook this one in for the breaks. In towards English. It's a good header by Sears, and it's cleared away by Deeney. Bowen gets there first time over towards Stenson. He goes down on the edge of the area. Defence being held there, but here come Leamington once again. Kieran Dunbar turns inside and finds Gittins. Gittins with a wayward touch, but tries to spin out of trouble. Joe Clark is caught there by Udo, and the Leamington bench are up in arms about that challenge. Both Udo and Joe Clark have stayed down. I think the referee Tom Parsons is just trying to calm the situation down and set some authority on it. And Udo is up, but Joe Clark still receiving treatment. And he's booked Joe Clark. Well, there's an interesting one. It looked to me like a 50-50, both eyes on the ball, but he's looked to book Joe Clark. I don't think he's booked Daniel Undo, the referee. Here comes Bramley then for Telford. And Jamie Hood Here's Daniel Udo. Dawson back towards Udo. And Dawson is cleared out on the edge of the area. And there'll be a Telford free kick in a very dangerous position for the Bucks. Tony Breeden just directing his wall. Here steps Dawson. And it's in by Adam Dawson. I think it took a slight nick on its way through, but nonetheless, Telford are level. Breeden got a hand to it, I think, but it nestled in the far corner. And it's Adam Dawson with a great free kick for Telford to get them level here. It's Leamington 1, AFC Telford 1. And Paul Holland will certainly think that was an avoidable equaliser, but nonetheless, it's level here just after the half an hour mark at the Phillips 66 Community Stadium. It wasn't the cleanest of free kicks, but it's found its way past Tony Breeden, and the Bucks are level. There's Bowen and up towards Edwards. He wins the flick on. Dom Smith's underneath that for Telford. There's Dunbar. Stenson brings the ball down well. Here's Dunbar! Just over the bar from Kieran Dunbar. It was great play there by Matt Stenson. Brought the ball down on his chest, held off the Telford defenders, laid it off to Kieran Dunbar, took a touch, but just couldn't keep the effort down, and it was over Max Bramley's bar. Here's Kieran Dunbar's broken down the right-hand side. Finds Taylor, just a wayward touch there by Connor Taylor. Couldn't quite gather it into his feet on the pace of the ball. Here's Bowen, brings it down well. Shape to shoot, but slipped at the vital moment. Here's Junior English for the breaks. Finds a ball into the area. It's Stenson! And it was Ryan Sears, an excellent challenge to take the ball off Stenson's toe there. And it went behind for a Leamington corner. Connor Taylor tries to find James Bowen, but it's cut out. Telford retain possession. Here's John Royal, clipped in towards... It's clipped in towards Brown, and Brown's got there before both Leamington defenders and gives Telford the lead early in the second half. We've only been playing about 2 minutes of the second period, but Andre Brown gets ahead of Jamie Hood and flicks the ball towards the goal, and it creeps in past Tony Breeden. It was a great diving header by the Telford United striker, and they've turned the game on its head early in the second half. It's Leamington 1, Telford United 2. And it's Andre Brown with a diving header that beat Tony Breeden. It was a well-placed header by the Telford United striker. Take nothing away from the finish. But the Leamington defenders just weren't switched on at the start of the second half. And they've paid the consequences. There's Clark with a whip ball in. It's dangerous. The heads were up, and it will be a corner to Leamington. I think it was a good flick behind by Sutton there. Shane Sutton, good defending by the Telford captain. Dunbar, flicked towards Edwards, but Sutton's there once again for Telford. It's a ball up the right channel and towards Undo. He's got Andre Brown in the centre, faced by James Mace. Cowan's arriving now. Here is Undo, driving inside, still Undo. There's Didi, Andre Brown in edge of the D. So well tackled by Junior English, but Telford turned the ball back over through John Royal, centre circle. Is good ball to Undo. Just can't get his first touch proper. And it was pressure by Tony Breeden there. There's Bramley up towards Andre Brown. Broke across the pitch, chased by Dawson and Bowen. And Bowen will clear that one up the field. Dom Smith has to be careful here. And Stenson's nicked it off his toe. Matt Stenson down the left-hand side. Needs support here, Stenson. Or does he? There's Dunbar! And it just trickles past the post, agonisingly, for all the Leamington fans behind that goal. It will be a corner. Leamington need to get themselves back in this game. It has been all Telford for these first 15 or so minutes of the second half. In comes the corner. It's ping pong in the area. And it's turned in by Jamie Hood at the back post. Leamington had a few stabs at it. They hit the bar, but but it was the Leamington centre-back Jamie Hood with a decisive touch, and he poked it home from close range. That's the equaliser that Leamington were looking for after the early goal from Andre Brown, and it's Jamie Hood for the breaks. It's Leamington 2, AFC Telford United 2, and after soaking up a lot of pressure early in the second half, Leamington have made the breakthrough they desired and are back into this game, and will look to kick on to end this unbeaten run of Telford United. It's Leamington 2, AFC Telford United 2. Here come AFC Telford straight up, back up the field. Andre Brown goes down, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Well, what a 2 minutes we've had here. Jamie Hood equalising for Leamington. Telford straight back up the other end as Andre Brown went down under the challenge. I think it was Connor Taylor with the challenge on the Telford striker. But Thomas Parsons points to the spot immediately. No second thoughts. And here he comes then, Andre Brown. Waits for the whistle. Steps up. It's a slow run up. And it's saved by Tony Breeden. An excellent save to his left-hand side. Ball's played back in. And it's headed out. There's Royal on the volley. There's an excellent save from Tony Breeden. It was a comfortable height for him. Midway up the goal. Dive to his left, stuck two palms out. It was a very, very convincing save by Tony Breeden. Well, what drama we've had here at the Phillips 66 Community Stadium these past 5 minutes. Adam Dawson with it. It's stuck. And it's a free kick to Leamington. And they survive the onslaught. In towards Edwards. He flicks. There's Kieran Dunbar. Gittins rises. Back out towards Dunbar. First time effort. Hits the base of the post. Kieran Dunbar. Well, the referee's given a corner. Couldn't quite see from where I'm sat here. It must have taken a nick because I'm pretty sure it deflected off the upright. It was a great first time strike by Kieran Dunbar on his left foot. Joe Clark's onto that one. Trying to find the blue shirt with his header though. There's Andre Brown. Brown! What an effort from Andre Brown. A volley on the turn. From the angle we're sitting. Wouldn't be mistaken in thinking it was in, but nonetheless. Telford still threatening. Very much still a contested game here at the Phillips 66 Community Stadium. And there's the referee's full-time whistle, and I think I'm safe in saying we have not been short of action here at the Phillips 66 Community Stadium. Neither side did enough to win it in the end, but I think both sides can go out with their heads held high. Telford United's unbeaten run is intact. It's finished here, Leamington 2, AFC Telford United 2.
So Paul, never a dull game here at the Phillips 66 Stadium. Is there a great 2-2 draw for Leamington? Are you happy with the point?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've summed it up there. I think it was an exhilarating afternoon. I mean, they've started the season well. You can see what they're all about. As good as the side that's come here, I think. Some conditions made it a bit more difficult with the wind blowing around everywhere. I think the players struggled a little bit with the quality side of it. But if you paid your few quid to get into today, it had everything, you know, in terms of two teams fully committed, a real local derby feel about it. You could pick up some points from a negative point of view from us if we'd have done A, B, C or D. I'm sure Gavin would do the same with them, but I think both sets of players deserve to get something out of that, because I think both teams put so much in, and it's always hard on a Monday. So listen, with us going to Manchester on Saturday and really putting a polished performance in there, to come and roll our sleeves up 48 hours later against a side that are really doing well at the moment and compete the way we did. We looked a threat all afternoon. We obviously not, you could say our confidence was knocked after half time. We've conceded a goal before half time, the one after half time, and they're not good from us. Obviously the decision leading up to the free kick down here, I mean, I think most people would have realised that was the wrong decision, and I think in that period we were not focused and concentrating on what we should have been, and probably still having a little niggle at the ref about it, and it's a sloppy free kick and it's a finish. So that period there just after half time. But other than that, and I probably spoke a bit about some of the negatives. I think sometimes any goal you concede or any period, but I just think the way we came back again, that's the key. To go 2-1 down against these, who were a big, powerful unit with two boys up front, are a real handful all afternoon. They play a system that's narrow and they land on second balls. For us to come back and show the character desire to get back in the game and then try and win it as well. We tried to win it, and the bounce of the ball or a little drop here, a little drop there might have been different. So listen, it's been a good weekend for us, but listen, we've beat Boston and Bradford here, whatever. But I'll probably take more out of that today. I thought it was good today.
Obviously 4 points from the weekend in general. Just to put that in perspective, last year we didn't win any of the games over Bank Holiday weekend.
No, well, we hadn't won many games up to this point, had we? So I can remember standing against Telford this time last year, and we got taken apart. And I just think the way Telford finished the season last season under Rob, they've just continued it now. They towards the back end of last season, when we played Telford, they were excellent, and you can see. Gavin's just continuing that work, and and it's good to see they're a good club. Had a little bit of time there years ago. It's good people, good club, and you sort of want them to do well, but at the same time we're just trying to push us on to be a good club at this level as well, and stabilise us. But certainly, things we spoke about at the start of the season was obviously starting the season better was one key thing. Was our home form. Was another key thing, and obviously our goal scoring was something that we spoke about and talked about, and recruitment was thought about. So at the moment we've started the season better. We're unbeaten at home, and even Jamie Hood's got on the score sheet, so that's working as well.
Another big game away to Stockport next Saturday. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah. Well, listen, that's the beauty of this league. You're at FC United this Saturday, you get to Stockport next Saturday, which is great. It's where we want to be. Again, a side that'll, I'm sure Jim side will come close. We actually got taken apart there last year. That was probably the one game, Stockport away and Salford here, where we looked out of our depth. Hang on, Nuneaton away, Telford at home, start the season. But that was certainly a game where we let ourselves down a little bit there last year. So we're looking to put a better performance in than that. Great now that the madness is beginning to calm down the games. We can settle down, we can have a little bit of recovery, we can prepare players for games with a few Saturdays now. And listen, what we've done is just give ourselves a little bit of a platform, and that's all we've done. Nothing more, nothing less. We've got a few points on the board, but if we want to make sure we're competing at this level and staying in an area of the league that we want to be in, then we've got a lot of work to do.